Now, if you've been married to a narcissistic person for a while, and you came to the end of that marriage, whatever situationship, you're going to realize that this narcissistic person is giving you a lot of difficulty. They will not attend the meetings, the court hearings. They will not attend the lawyer meetings. They will refuse to sign the papers. They are going to cause a lot of chaos. Now, what they're really doing is that they're realizing that they are coming to the end of the entire drama. So you guys signed into that commitment, those vows, whatever, death do us apart, and all those kind of BS. Now, then you found out that this entire marriage was a scam. If you guys look around, you will understand. If you're a person who is woke, you have awakened, you will understand that a lot of marriages on this universe, on this planet, a lot of marriages are a scam. Now, not all marriages are a scam, okay? When I'm talking about these things, you just need to understand. I'm not talking about every marriage is a scam. There are some marriages is okay, people are happy, and they can get along, do things together, whatever. So they have, gotten this commitment, and everything is going okay. Not all marriages is a scam. Many marriages on this planet, they are a scam. Sometimes you have people who are forced into marriages. There are some traditions that are forced into marriages. And then there are sometimes people who are getting into arranged marriages. The parents discuss with other parents, okay, we have a daughter, we have a son, let's get together, and that kind of stuff. So some people are not even allowed to get to know their partners before they get married. So they are actually meeting their partners on the very day of marriage. So anyhow, regardless of how we want to look at it, we shall always understand that at some point, like for the most of us who have been in these narcissistic relationships and marriages, you will understand that you have been scammed your entire life. Now, there is nothing that is mind baffling like awakening to the fact that you have been in some kind of a marriage with the wrong person. You see, when a narcissist is getting married to you, first of all, you will notice that they are trying to get married to you very fast. So those are people who are going to marry you. They want to marry you the next week. When you met them today, oh, you are the wife, you are the husband. They are going to marry you the next week. They want to marry you the two weeks, maybe a month. It's always going to be very fast. For them, it's all about securing the supply so that they can, get full, control of this whole situation. So they don't want you to go anywhere. They're going to secure that supply. And they want to put a stamp on it, okay? So they want to sign very fast into that agreement. Because they believe if they don't do it fast, you're going to gravitate away from them and you might leave, or maybe somebody else might, pick you up, or you might run into somebody else and they might lose the opportunity. So for them, it's like another opportunity to get entangled with their next supply. So it has nothing to do with how they feel about you. It has nothing to do with they really want you. They will always bring out these things they have always had on TV. We are going to have kids. We are going to do this. We are going to do that. So they always have these kind of dreamy, the dreams that are not valid even. But you see, a lot of people are not aware. There is little information out there. Many people are not aware of something they call narcissistic abuse. And you see, when you're getting married, there are some traditions which they will do whatever it takes to make sure that you guys never separate or you never break up. So there's never divorce. Divorce is not like an option in some traditions. And especially in Africa or these other countries, sometimes people believe that when you divorce or you separate from your husband, they believe it's a taboo. You're supposed to be there, whether you are happy or not. You are supposed to be there because remember that when you're getting into these marriages, you're signing these agreements. You do these vows, poverty, health, whatever, sickness, this and that kind of stuff. Now you have this narcissist who is draining your bank accounts, and you cannot leave that narcissist because you signed that agreement in richness, poverty, those kind of agreements, something like that. You have a narcissist who is draining you, they are making you sick. But whenever you remember those agreements you did back in the days, you're like, okay, you're going to struggle with this. You're going to try to fix this. You're trying everything. Then now you're going to pay money because you're dealing with a narcissist. Now you're going to invest a lot of money, in therapy, these marriage counselors and stuff like that. You're investing a lot of money. But the only thing you're realizing is that nothing is working. It doesn't matter how much money you try, whatever you do. It doesn't matter who you talk to. You just find yourself going in circles. That is because you're simply married to the wrong person. At this point in time, I believe we're supposed to take our time, ladies and gentlemen. We need to take our time to understand. Before you before you even jump into a marriage, it is very, very important to understand. So you take some time to get to know this person. You find out something about their family, try to investigate their health. They could be hiding some health because a lot of these nurses, they hide their health, whatever conditions. They hide this from people. They are struggling with different types of health problems. They are going to hide that from you. And they want to marry you quickly only for you to discover years later that they have a certain sickness that they hid from you. So, you have to know a person on a deep level. You need to take time. Get to know that person. Get to know their friends. Get to know how they think. Get to know their emotional, their mental health. Try to pay attention to the way they behave, how they do things. Take as much time as you need. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're going to get married to a person, you are signing a life contract. You are signing a life contract, ladies and gentlemen. But sometimes you're signing a life contract with the wrong person. Now, I used to be married before, and I just didn't know what else I need to do. I didn't know what else do I have to do. Did I have to do? Because it felt like whatever it is I tried to do wasn't working. I to try this one, it wouldn't work. Try that one, it would. So I was like going in circles. I just didn't know that I was simply dealing with the wrong person. Now, personally, I don't have any problem with traditions. So our tradition doesn't talk about those things of you have to be together to the end. You have to be okay. They encourage you to be together for as long as it takes, even for eternity. But sometimes you can understand that regardless of how much you try to fix that relationship, marriage, it is not going to work. You are going to continue to suffer in your own marriage. So this video, why am I doing this video, ladies and gentlemen? I'm just trying to let you know that it is okay. It is okay to divorce. It is okay to get divorced. Because you see, you cannot be in that state where you're going to sacrifice your entire life. Do you know how many people have been centuries? What do they call it? Decades? What do they call the period of 10 years? What is that called? Do you know how many people have spent decades with these people? Do you know that some people have spent more than 20 years entangled with the wrong person? They have never seen happiness. They have really never experienced happiness. The only thing they see experience is suffering, torture, and abuse. So it is not worth it, ladies and gentlemen, to keep on trying to stay with a person that cannot love you. One of the things you realize about toxic people, they have no love to give. They are going to pretend they have this fake plastic love kind of thing. They can pretend, oh, lovey, they know how to use those words a little bit. But when you really get into their soul, you will understand that these people, they are soulless. They do not have a soul. They cannot love you the same way, exactly how you need to be loved. They have no love to give, because a person who never had any love in the first place, they are not going to offer you any love, because they have no love inside of them. There's nothing to give. So you're going to be the one pouring into them. They don't pour into you. So I've heard about so many people who have been struggling because they're in this marriage, and their society, culture, whatever, families, traditions, they don't encourage divorce, because for them divorce is like a taboo. You cannot get divorced. When you're married, is forever. You're supposed to be. How can you be forever with the wrong person? How do you want to spend eternity forever with the wrong person? Why do you have to sacrifice your entire life with an energy vampire when there's other souls out there waiting for you? There's other souls that are ready to give you that love. There is people that are out there ready to reciprocate your love. They have love to give. So why would you waste your time in an abusive marriage? You're not respected by your husband. Every morning you call them cheating. The other night they're abusing you. The other night they slept somewhere else. The other night they are doing this. They are really treating you in a very horrible way. And you're trying to stick into that marriage. You are trying to hold on to that marriage. Ladies and gentlemen, I tried to hold on to a marriage. It is until God opened my eyes on something they call narcissistic abuse. That is when I really understood that, okay, so it was time to terminate this marriage. One of the things you realize when you have been involved with a narcissist, you cannot wait to sign those divorce papers. You can't wait to officially get divorced from that individual, because you are now seeing the truth, what it is. So, ladies out there, don't be afraid. Don't be scared to, even the men, don't be scared to divorce a narcissistic person. Yes, they're going to play around with you. They may run up and down. They don't want to go to the meetings and stuff like that. But you have got to fight for your divorce, because those narcissists, they know. They're even afraid to come to court, because they know that this whole entire marriage was a scam. They know that it was a scam. So they are afraid, and they're worried about coming to court, because they feel that their lies are going to be caught. Their lies are going to be, catch up with them. They believe that their lies are going to catch up with them, because they scammed you into the wrong marriage. They hid a lot of things from you. They never told you the truth. So do not feel guilty when you ever feel it is time to end a toxic marriage. Nobody deserves any form of toxicity. Ladies and gentlemen, it is okay to have a little bit of challenges. Every marriage is not perfect. It's not easy to be perfect, to meet a perfect person. But, there is a way you can work through things with a person who can change. There's some things they can change around. They can adjust to whatever. They could be having toxic behaviors. They can adjust. But when you're dealing with a person who is in a cycle, a narcissist is trapped in a cycle. They cannot get out of that cycle. You are going to be dealing with that same cycle for the next 10 to 20 years. So allow yourself to get divorced, and allow yourself to divorce a narcissist. When you ever feel you're with the wrong person, allow yourself to terminate that marriage. Because the people who are cheering you up on the other side, pushing you to stay in a toxic marriage, they're not the ones living that life. They're not the ones living your life. They're not the ones, they are not the ones in that particular marriage. They're not the ones taking in the toxicity. They are not the ones struggling. You are the one who is struggling. So when you have seen it, you figured out what it was, what it is, divorce that narcissist. Let them get away. Let them get out of the way. Because you see, the problem is, I could say the issue is, they're blocking the right ones to come in. The good ones are ready to come. They want to come. But that narcissist is blocking them to come in. How about you get them out of the way so that you can allow the good ones to come in? The real person that is meant for you. Compatibility is very important in a relationship. You cannot try to squeeze yourself in somebody's life. You have got to make sure that the two of you are compatible. In every way, in so many ways, you have got to be compatible. But when you are the giver and you are the taker, then you're not going to have balance. So you're going to have two people on two opposite sides of the spectrum. You've got a person who is going left, another one is going right. How are the two of you going to meet and have a happy marriage when you're both going in different directions? You cannot agree on anything. One of them is vegetarian, the other one is they eat meat, and that's how it has been going for decades. You're eating different foods. You cannot even eat the same meal. You cannot even cook something they can eat. They cannot cook something you can eat. You're trying to squeeze yourself into somebody's life. Do not squeeze yourself, ladies and gentlemen, in anybody's life. You did not come here to serve narcissists. When you have seen it, do not feel guilty about choosing to divorce a narcissistic individual. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment that court confirms that divorce, you are going to feel a very huge weight lifted off of your chest. Because remember that is an official signing out from that scam. You're officially signed out of the scam. So there's no reason for you to believe that you should be guilty because you have signed out of a scam. Do not allow yourself to grow old, spend eternity with a narcissist. It's not worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you see it, you need to get out of it. Go out there, apply to the courts to divorce those people so that you can sign out of that agreement, because you entered that agreement by mistake. You was scammed, so you didn't see that you was marrying the wrong person. So make sure that the way you came in is the same way you get out. Allow yourself to heal, and the right person will be aligned with your energy. The person that is supposed to be with you, the person that can resonate with your soul, the person who has got something to offer. Not only taking, he's also a giver. They are also a giver. So if you're still feeling guilt about this divorce, I'm here to validate you that yes, okay, you might have those things because you have invested so much. We have all invested in these narcissistic marriages. We have invested a lot of money, energy, resources. And most of us have left those marriages empty-handed. So do not walk in those same footsteps. The moment you see it, get out of it, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be okay. So let us know what you think about the video in the comment section below. You guys know I do love and appreciate your support. Please book a session if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's the most signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.